age, you should be able to walk in, have your operation, do everything, go see the judge and say, listen, I want my birth certificate changed because I'm a woman now. And, what's a liberal judge going to do? He's going to let you do that. Get your birth certificate changed. You're now a complete woman. Do the whole 9 yards. If you're going to do it, folks, go all out and do it the right way. Stop doing things half-assed, I guess. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, honestly, it seems like the Democrats and the progressives, it goes to, Linda handed me something, I can't reach it right now, but it's from 1984. They want to make us all the same. They want to have just a non-denominational bathroom, I guess, for everybody. And just men and women are the same. We should all use the same urinals or toilets. Maybe get rid of the urinals completely and make us all use toilets for that. They probably want us all to sit down, too, so they don't have to clean as much. But here's the thing. Stop making such a big stink out of this. I can't believe that there are that many people in this country who have these transgender issues that the rest of us have to suffer. Why is that? Why does government always have to make the entire majority of the country, a huge majority of people who don't have transgendered issues, have to deal with that? It makes absolutely no sense anymore. We've been hijacked by the smallest vocal minorities in the world now. And it's insane that we have to actually do this. Just stop, for Pete's sake. Transgendered bathrooms should not be a major issue in this election, and yet they still want to do this. Well, I knew this would hit somebody. So, Ken, welcome to the show. You got some comments about transgendered bathrooms.
Well, I just have to say is, as a society, we have got to stop tolerating this whole transgender bullcrap and take out of the equation your mental stability, what you think you are, or whether you have surgery or not, in case of Bruce Jenner. Fact is, your DNA reveals what you are. Your DNA says you're a male or a female, and it is the fact. So Bruce Jenner, he can have all the surgeries he wants, but he's still a male. And the same thing goes with any female that has this ridiculous idea that they're a male. So we've got to stop allowing people's warped minds, because that's what they are. They're mentally unstable, they're mentally twisted, they're warped. And we got to rely on science and our DNA. So if your DNA says you're a male, you're a male. If it says you're a female, you're a female. And as a society, let's just get off this crap. Let's get off this kick of tolerating these people.
Yeah, because here's the point I think that I see, Ken, is, there's probably the very small aberration of people who, for whatever reason, their DNA mentally made them a woman but gave them the man's sex. But I'm betting dollars to donuts that the large percentage of people who have some kind of a transgender issue in their mind, it's because of society. It's because of what they've seen or what they've been exposed to. It's got nothing to do with what they really feel inside. It's the way they've been brainwashed into thinking, oh, I feel this way, so I must be a woman, not a man. But it's bunk. I think you're right. Stop playing to it. Stop sending our kids to get psychology exams because they feel like, oh, maybe I like women, or maybe number one, kids should never be exposed to this. I don't think kids should even be talking about sex until they're well into their late teens. I mean, it doesn't make sense that we're making these kids all of a sudden explore their sexuality. The hell with that.
Well,
let them
we
as
a society have to demand that science be the deciding factor. And this is what the Obama administration wants to remove. They want to remove science from the equation. Well, I say no. There again, if you are a male, as far as your DNA says, I don't give a hoot. I don't care what you think in your twisted mind. You are a male. And the same thing goes with a female. And this is going to become a worse problem because this has nothing to do with transgender. I know of a restaurant in this local area where they've had men, and these men don't see themselves as being transgender, going into the woman's restroom. Look at what's going on with Target nationwide. This is becoming a big problem. And so, there again, let's let science decide whether you're male or female.
I'll agree with you. I think that's the basic way to look at it. And, in the end, I wonder how many creepy guys have actually dressed up as women before and gone into bathrooms to get
They don't have
pictures,
to dress up as women. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the point now. They don't even bother. They can just walk right in and say, look, you're affecting my civil rights by making me use a man's bathroom. The hell with that. If you're a man, use the man's bathroom, and I don't think we should be catering to it, because I think I hate even talking about it, because I think we're giving way too much credit, and I think it just makes it gets us off track for what really needs to happen with the country. Well, great comments, Ken. I appreciate the phone call.
You take care.
You too.
One other thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Donald Trump for president.
Rock on, brother. They're going to accuse me of having a Trump show, Ken. All right, thanks, Ken. Appreciate it.
Take care.
You too. Okay, let's talk to Paul from Newport. Wants to talk about transgenders. Hey, Paul, how are you?
Well, I'm all right. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. Here's the deal about this whole thing. My cousin in southern Indiana and I were talking the other day about this issue, and I said, look, this is just a smoke screen to get people's attention focused somewhere else.
Yep.
My big question is this. What are they doing that they don't want us to find out about or focus on by distracting us with this issue?
Oh, I think
Now,
they're taking our attention away from Muslim immigration, because they're rolling in the shores right now. They're taking it's crazy. You're exactly right. This is just a smokescreen.
Well, wait a minute though. What if it's something even far more serious than immigration?
What are you thinking?
I don't know. But they'll come up with something. I don't know. So if I can be anything I want to be, I'm a 64-year-old man. I really am. Been married for years. But what if I decide I want to declare myself to be a teenager and ask out a 15-year-old girl for a date? How many parents are going to be cool with that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly
right.
right.
The whole thing I want to be just because I say so.
Right. Well, and let me ask you this, too. I heard this on one of the talk shows earlier today. What if a man, say a 64-year-old man like yourself, says, you know what? I really consider myself a woman, so I want my minority business license as a woman. I want to be considered a woman so that I can get my benefits of being a minority contractor,
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And by the way, what if I've got somebody short of money? So can I declare myself dead so they can cash in my life insurance policy? I mean, really.
Well, you might be able to declare yourself a cat and ask for a loan from the Humane Society or something. I don't know. It's that slippery slope. Once we go through this, it's all downhill from there. It's absolute craziness, and the people that should be nut jobs that are making a big stink about this. It's just incredible. You're making a man use a man's bathroom and a woman use a woman's bathroom in a public setting. Number one, it should be a local issue. I mean, imagine in California there might be a community that's filled with transgendered people. You know what? Fine. In that community, you can have your transgendered bathrooms. Whatever. That's on you, because you know what? That's a local issue. You've got a community that's all transgendered people. Fine. Do what you want to do. Leave it at the local level. But here in Michigan or down in North Carolina, we're still average, normal people with men and women who want to be safe and secure in a man and a woman's bathroom.
Well, I'll tell you what you really need to do to make it work, and to make it work equitably. You see, you need to have at least 3, maybe 4 bathrooms. Those who wish to use their birth gender, a male and a men's room and a women's room, and those who have otherwise changed their gender or wish to declare a change can use the 3rd one.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So there, nobody's civil rights are violated. It's just we have increased the plumbing bill by 1/3 for businesses to keep them out of the federal courts. Oh, yeah. Well, but they could write that off as a tax deduction as a business improvement.
Right.
Oh, well. Anyway.
Well, maybe that's what they're trying to do, is increase the economy by adding plumbing work to the economy or something. I don't know. Plumbing gets you plumbing,
The plumbing lobby is behind it all. That's where it is. Okay.
All right, Paul. Thanks for the call.
Day.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. When we come back for the break, we'll continue our discussion and move on to some other things as well. So see you on the other side.
Wham! Talk 1600.
Hey, my blood brothers of freedom. This is Ted Nugent.
Southeast Michigan's conservative powerhouse.
God bless Ann Arbor and Wham Radio. I started doing interviews on Wham Radio around 1966. I celebrate and promote the God-given individual right as guaranteed in the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, for us to defend ourselves, to keep and bear arms. And just to make sure everyone understands what we the people understand, keep can only mean one thing. That's it's mine and you can't have it.
Wham!
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Donald Trump taking some time off the campaign trail after meeting with key Republicans in Washington.
He now has the support of about 70 members of Congress. But even though he's taken a break from campaigning, he's still stirring up plenty of controversy on two fronts in particular. First, the Washington Post just dug up an old audio recording of Trump allegedly posing as his own publicist. Now, Trump says not true. He insists that's not him on the tape.
Fox's Kristen Fisher.
Trump's also coming under fire for refusing to release his tax returns until after an audit is complete.
Dozens of protesters in Washington state blocking railroad tracks leading to two oil refineries north of Seattle. And a fertility doctor under house arrest in Italy after a Spanish nurse alleged that some of her eggs were surgically removed without her consent at his clinic. Fox News, we report. You decide.
It's time now for Wham! Talk 1600's Community Calendar with Brandon Drake.
The Teens Using Drugs What to Know and What to Do series provides a starting point for families seeking advice and help for a substance-involved young person and has provided helpful information for people from diverse areas throughout Southeast and Mid-Michigan since 1999. Teens Using Drugs What to Know and What to Do is a free ongoing two-part education series. Part 1 provides information on understanding substance abuse problems and recognizing when a young person may be harmfully involved with alcohol or other drugs. Part 2 provides information on what does and does not help when a teen's substance abuse problem is suspected or identified and will include a talk by a young person in recovery from addiction. The June 2016 series will be presented from 7:30 to 9 p.m. on Tuesday, June 7th, which is Part 1, What to Know, and Tuesday, June 14th, Part 2, What to Do. Programs are presented at the St. Joseph Mercy Hospital Education Center, 5305 Elliott Drive in Ypsilanti. For more information, call 734-485-8725 or visit dawnfarm.org. Every month at the American Legion Pinckney Memorial Post number 419 Whitewood Road in Pinckney, there are great events like euchre, coney dog, and root beer float night, a spaghetti dinner, and much more. For more information, call 734-878-9522. Check out the wide variety of educational fun events put on by the Ann Arbor District Library for kids preschool through 12th grade. All library facilities can be reached by phone through the main switchboard at 734-327-4200, or you can visit www.aadl.org. Check it out.
You've been listening to the Wham! Community Calendar. To have your event publicized, email community@whamradio.com. Wham! Talk 1600. You're listening to The Drift on Wham! Talk 1600. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. Now, back to your host, Gary Wellings.
And thanks for tuning in to Catch My Drift here at Wham! Talk 1600. Before we get back into this Obamacare and this transgendering issue, let's take care of a little business. If you're looking for a little rehabilitation, Regency at Whitmore Lake. You can call them at 734-449-4431. They have 24-hour nursing care, subacute rehabilitation, long-term care, hospice, and respite care. So they got a secured memory care unit as well and a life enrichment program. So give them a holler, 734-449-4431. That's a really nice place just down the street from me in Whitmore Lake. You can also go to www.sienahealthcare.com. That's Sienna, C-I-E-N-A healthcare.com, Regency of Whitmore Lake. Okay, so we're talking this transgendered issue, and the Obama administration is pushing this on people, and the states and hopefully many, many other school districts in all the states will fight back against this, trying to let anyone who feels like they are of the opposite sex use whatever bathroom they choose. And it's absolutely insane. But from Texas, Lieutenant Governor Daniel Patrick was very quick to stand up to the Obama administration and tell them exactly how Texas feels about Obama and his